Hey guys, Joebizz34 here, back again. Uh, Today I wanted to showcase my First Blood custom of Rambo from the first movie. Once again, to coin my own phrase, this is a Rustom. It's a redo custom. It was a custom originally made by somebody very talented that sells on eBay. And he did sell the figure to represent the forest scene from First Blood when he's like hiding from the cops in the forest. But and the figure is great, and the sculpt is great. I mean, the it is not a Hot Toy sculpt, even though I thought it was. Try to image it. Okay, there it is. Um, it looks, the likeness to Sylvester Stallone is fantastic, and there are subtle things I could tell that it's homemade. It looks a lot like not the Hot Toys First Blood Rambo figure, but it does kind of resemble the Part 3 one. So when I first saw it on eBay, I thought maybe he had taken that sculpt and just reworked it, but he claimed it was an original. And after seeing it and seeing the homemade hole that was drilled in the neck and everything, and the way the hair feels, I do think it was homemade. And it's a great sculpt. It looks a lot like him. So why is it a Rustom? Why did I redo it? Well, because the figure, and you guys watching this might be familiar. You might have seen this guy's work. I think his name, and I'll give him a shout out in case he sees this, or Six Ice Cubes, I believe is his name, and that's what he goes by. And he makes some good stuff. Some pricier than others. This was pricey when I bought it, but I thought it was a one of a kind because he kind of advertised it as that. So I kind of went for it because I didn't know if I'd have another shot at getting one. Turned out he made more, but it's okay. At the time, the Hot Toys Rambos were already in second market, and the prices on them were ridiculous anyway, so this was still the way to go. So I'm going to show you something on my computer right here, just so you see. This is a picture I took of him. This is how I bought him initially. You can kind of see that there. This is a picture of him on my shelf upstairs. See if I can click and to the next one. You'll see a couple of them here. Okay, there's a close-up. So you can see, I mean, the face looks great. He's got the accurate colored headband, which was more like a dark green kind of thing, more so than the red, and black that he wore in the other sequels. Let me see if there's another one here. This is one of the ones that he had. See, it says 6 Ice Cubes. This is the one that he had actually posted on eBay when he was advertising it. Now, like I said, not completely accurate to the movie. It's great, and I wanted it, and I obviously bought it. But he's got these wristbands here, like bandages, which he didn't wear in that part of the movie. He's got the gun that's accurate, but he used that at the end of the movie. And the poncho, or the hooded shirt thing he's got, is supposed to, I guess, resemble what he was wearing in the forest, but not quite. But still great. So here I have a shot. I'll show you here quick. You could see this. This is a promo shot from the movie. Okay, this is actually, you're kind of getting a reflection of me in the screen there, so I don't know if you could see it, but you guys can see it good enough. Now that's kind of what I'm mimicking. You see the outfit he's wearing, the string tying it together around the waist. He's like sweaty, dirty. He got bloodier as the scene went on after he started wasting the cops. So that's what I kind of did with my custom. So that's to give you an idea of what I'm going for here. So I kind of made him more authentic to that look. Swapped out the poncho. The shirt that he's wearing is actually a I got it off eBay. It's loose, but it's from the Clash of the Titans Hot Toys figure. I guess the shirt he's wearing underneath his armor. The main guy, I can't remember his name at the moment, but it's that same dude that was in the new Terminator. So that's what I used. I looked at it and I said, a couple of weathering and rips here and there, and it's perfect. I mean, if you look again here, you can kind of see how I kind of tried to make it match that. I swapped out the body that it was originally on. This is now on one of the newer Hot Toys muscular bodies, because I figured with his arms exposed, this would be a better figure to use, and it's more defined. He was more muscular, but not like Arnold Schwarzenegger muscular, just kind of more lean muscular. So I think this figure works great, just as much as it works for Bruce Willis and other customs that people have been using. The jeans and the boots I moved over from the other figure, from the other body. So it's got the same jeans, it's got the same boots, obviously the same head sculpt. I just weathered the head sculpt. So it's got the same head sculpt, just moved over from the other body, like I said. And other than that, all I really did was I just kind of further detailed it with more. I took, I didn't repaint it. It still got the paint job that was originally there. I just added some sweat and little dirt and hint of blood stains, especially on the neck area of the figure, just kind of spilling over onto his cheeks, by his eyes, forehead, cheeks, nose. I don't know how much you guys can actually, you can kind of see on the side there, I added some blood on his side of his eye there. I didn't want to overdo it because the paint job is really good, so I didn't want to like undo that. I just kind of wanted to add a little bit to it, just to kind of make it match the rest of the look. You could see I added some blood stains and dirt to his arms, and I did go over with some, all over where I added this stuff, I added a little bit of medium gloss varnish to give it a wet, sweaty look. You can see on his hands. The knife, this one that I got separately off eBay, is the closest that resembles the one he used on screen. If you look at, I've actually seen websites where they compare all three knives from all three movies, and there is differences. This is as close as to the one, you can't see the handle right now, but it is like a greenish handle, which he had in the first movie. The blade's a little narrower than the one he used in the part 2 and 3. And believe it or not, this didn't come from a Rambo figure. This came from the Predator Hot Toys Dutch, the Arnold Schwarzenegger figure. So apparently they gave him a knife, or he used a knife in that movie, I guess, that was very similar to this one. So for this it works. And I'm probably going to go back and maybe touch it up, add a little blood and dirt to it to kind of make it blend in more. It wouldn't really make sense that he's all bloodied up by using it, but no blood's on the knife. So I'm gonna add that later. So that, and here's the other arm. As you can see, I kind of made it match. There's some blood stains, some sweat, some dirt, kind of all blended in there. Try to get you a quick shot from the back. There you go. There's the back, so I kind of added some more of that dirt, sweat. You can kind of see the shine on the camera on the back of him. And there you go. So there you have it. That's my Rambo First Blood redo. Rustom. So, the thing about this movie that I love, and this is my favorite Rambo out of all of them, believe it or not, because, it was a simplistic story. They turned him into a superhero later, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the other ones, but I really liked the plot of the original where, and it was more realistic. It's just, he was just a typical Vietnam vet. He was trained to be a soldier, a killer. Comes back, gets no love, gets no respect. He's very frustrated. He's got a lot of pent-up anger towards the cops and the way they're treating him. And, it all came out. And he basically had like a mental breakdown and snapped after the, like he worded it, like he got pushed. He's like, why are you pushing me? And it just, there's been realistic situations like that. So it was a real subject, and it dealt with real history as far as our feelings towards the Vietnam War and the time. And I feel like the sequels kind of got away from that and turned him more into like a G.I. Joe, where he goes and takes on the whole country by himself. And it was cool and it made for great action, especially during the 80s. That was the thing back then. But it really, I would have liked to have seen it evolve more as just dealing with the character and how he deals with trying to fit back into America and with the prejudice that he's facing, kind of like in First Blood. I would have liked to have seen them expand on that and do more maybe sequels of dealing with just him in this country, trying to live a normal life, but kind of dealing with the these kind of perils of being a Vietnam vet. And I think that's really where the story should have went, and it would have been a little more realistic. But that's just my opinion. It is what it is, and overall, I love all the movies, so, it's a cult classic. Anyway, that's my Rambo First Blood Custom. Hope you guys like it, and I will be back very soon with more reviews of Hot Toys and all that kind of goodies, alright? Talk to you later. Peace out.